There is 331. Today's topic is you have to be at the right frequency to attract the right people, the right thoughts, and then go into action. Now, concerning this topic, frequency, you can find several videos about this topic, and it is very interesting, but could never found the right way to explain it. But nevertheless, I find this topic so important that I want to talk about this today in the sense that I understand this. And now, when you have a goal to reach this, you have to have the right thoughts. And I want to explain the whole matter by looking at our own development here since we began 330 days ago. And then in the beginning, then we started with some topics, and relatively fast we find out, or I find out, that it's so important to become independent, to not, think always and rely on other people's opinion and their thoughts, and to take responsibility for your own life. Now, although I felt this is right, it's now after 11 months that I become aware. It's like I can't really describe it. It's like seeing the whole picture, making a puzzle, and then you know what's the outcome, but suddenly you see it. It's so clear. And I think what brought me there is that you don't change your thinking from one moment to the other, because you're used from decades always thinking in the same way. But after 11 months, every day, at least for 5 minutes, listening, trying to find out how to apply this thought in your life, how this can change something, then after some while, your brain is starting to thinking this new way, a way of trying to find solutions, making yourself independent, and thinking of changing your thoughts, your perception, and everything. And now I was listening today to Jim Rohn, the master of Tony Robbins, and he said that what you are paid for in life is not your time, it's the value you're adding. And to gain more money, you have to add more value. If you compare this to your talents, in your talents, you have value because you know something other people do not know. So the question is, if we apply this to life, how can you change your life? Then the question is that how can you add more value? And you can do this and change your life by looking in every field, and whatever you do, how can you improve this? How can you do this better? This is the simplest question, because by doing this, you will discover, oh, in this I'm not really good. Or you're feeling that there's missing something and you could improve this. If you have a scale from very good to very bad, you're always somewhere in the middle. You may be in the one last part of being good, but there's always a step more to excellence. And if you always look for this, and it's not easy. In my job, I always ask myself, how can I improve this to be even better and even better? And it took me for about 1 or 2 months to have an idea, just one idea, how can I improve what I'm doing. It's not so easy. But suddenly there's a day where I have 3 thoughts, and then after a week again, but I have ideas. And when I'm communicating with people, there are some people where you think, oh, she's so stupid. And then the outcome is, even if I don't say this loud, I'm thinking, and then suddenly I observe that my voice is changing. I'm speaking more roughly, and so after this, I think, oh, she's so stupid, and she's leaving the conversation with maybe a feeling of, oh, I'm so dumb, or maybe, oh, he was not so nice. So how can I improve this? And now I'm thinking maybe I have to approach this conversation in a totally different manner. So what's the outcome? I want the outcome to be that I feel myself good, because after all, I was not happy about this conversation, even if I was right. This doesn't matter. The question is, how can I change the outcome? So I thought, well, I want to have an outcome that I feel good about myself, that I'm not getting upset for it or whatever. And then today I thought, well, if she says something that where I'm thinking this can't be, somebody can't be so stupid, then I thought, well, maybe she's misleading by saying something, although she means something else, which is also occurring to me, that many times I can't find the right words to express what I want to say, even in my native language. So I said, well, I'm confused because I'm thinking you want to say something, but I can't get it really. And well, after getting by remote on her PC, we find out, and the outcome was so great, because suddenly I find out why I'm so good in my conversations, because the goal is always to create an atmosphere like an entertainer, where I find something, that makes the other people smile, then you laugh again, and suddenly you have a connection that is really surprising, because if you have a problem, you don't expect that you're laughing afterwards. And so little by little, and here's the circle, closing, you become aware of your responsibility, and how can you control and what's the right word? How can you give the direction into what you are leading the whole conversation? And then suddenly you feel yourself as a creator, and that's exactly what it's all about, to become aware of your possibilities. And then suddenly you are thinking, as you are a creator, you start thinking in a different matter, and you are thinking in a frequency, and that is what how I understand the frequency. It's about, having a totally different thought. In the beginning, you are depending always from others, and suddenly you are independent. You are starting to say where the road is heading, where you are heading, what you are doing. So your thoughts are changing. Suddenly you're not becoming an egoistic. I mean, every decision that we make for our own sake. But the question is, do I remain, to my ego, doing not having a concern about how the other person is feeling? Do I try to find a way in which I want to be connected to the other? So there's a quote that say, what you not want others to do to you, don't do you. So in this conversation, then suddenly I'm making other decisions. I'm having something else in my mind, and then suddenly I'm expressing myself in a different way. And this expression has also influence about how you see things, how you perceive things, how you think about opportunities. You see more opportunities. If you are not only willing to do what is necessary, you won't become aware of all the opportunities that are unfolding every moment of your life in front of you. And suddenly you see all these opportunities. And it's like you have, it's 10 opportunities, and you are changing in front of you. Which what I want to say, which what I want to take, and in some, and you see suddenly, well, I have these 3 opportunities to make this into a big deal, or to make them happy. Which one do I want to choose now? And then suddenly you are talking in a different manner, the way you behave, the way you act, the way you talk, your tone, your movement, everything is changing. And this is what we call the frequency. Suddenly, you are not worrying if you are losing, if you are there's an opportunity that you lose, if you're missing time, if you're under pressure. Everything is fading away. There's no fear anymore. And then you are starting to be on the right frequency, where suddenly people are coming to you. The whole matter, the manner how you act, will have a response and then suddenly people are coming and saying, well, this was a great conversation last weeks. Everything is happening, and they say, you are so great. I mean, not me, also the service, and we can reach you every time, which what was not the same situation in the past. So everything is shifting, and everything is, unfolding in front of you in a very soft way that you can think, how can life be so easy? And so the consequence is that you attract the right people, you attract the right moments. Opportunities will come up where you have thought about many years, and then suddenly they're unfolding in front of you, and you say, well, the right moment. And everything is not depending on so much your quality, because there are so many other people who have the same idea. Like, look at Facebook. Before Facebook, there were other people who had the same idea. And sometimes you need to be on the right frequency, right time, right place. Also a big bunch of luck to it, but you can contribute when you let things flow, and when you become independent and being on this level, thinking always that everything will come, and do not worry. Just concentrate on the outcome and not the way, and not thinking that you can be mistaken, but that you will manage everything. And then suddenly, life is so easy. So, good luck for this. Be on the right frequency, become aware of what you want, and just go for it. And don't forget to stay tuned till tomorrow. Bye bye.